How's it going, my friends? See you well. I hope you're well. Scott here from Cookie Cottage with Luna. Just thought you'd like to do a quick potato reveal with us. And it is another pot of these Charlotte. Nearly 100% certain it's Charlotte, due to the leaf spot. And they look terrible, guys. And to be fair, a lot of it's my fault as well. It's not just the leaf spot. I took these guys out of the polytunnel just a wee bit early before the last frost, with the intention of covering them if the frost came, and I didn't, and all the potatoes get hit and it knocked them back, and I just had to accept it. It was a bit disappointing, but it is what it is, and I know from experience that they'll still produce. So yeah, these guys pop back up again after the leaves. They were about this height actually, and the leaves were just totally destroyed, and I kind of ripped them off, and they regrew. They had plenty of energy in the seed potato, but they just weren't strong and vigorous, and of course then they ended up getting leaf spot, which Charlotte are susceptible to. Look, the container is, you probably recognize it if you're a subscriber to the channel. I've been growing in it for the last 8 years. It's a recycled pot from the restaurants. I used to work in the restaurants, and they used to throw out a lot of plastic pots, and so I used to recycle them at the time. I'd got the kind of notion to get into the recycling after watching a YouTuber called Terry King, the robotic gardener, and he was big into recycling. I just thought, gosh, isn't that incredible, the way he just reuses and recycles all these things. And actually I have access to some of those things. Maybe I should start doing the same. So got a hold of these pots, drilled some holes in the bottom, and I've been growing potatoes in them every year. You can see that this last year they were labelled British Queens, and they were sowed on the 12th of February 2023, and I'm pretty sure, looking back at the first sowing potatoes, or the first sowing video of the potatoes this year, I think it was around the 28th of February that these were sown. So let's see how we get on. There's about 18-19 litres of soil in here, and the soil used is the living green compost, the multi-purpose. There's a bag there actually. I'll show you the exact stuff. And yeah, this is produced in Donegal, just down the road, and I've been using it for 8 years. Not every year to grow the potatoes, but this year nearly all the potatoes are grown in the living green. Okay, my friends, if you're interested in this compost, by the way, you can pick it up anywhere in Ireland. Any good garden centre will sell it, or you can also order it direct, or get it directly from them. As you can see on the bottom of this pot, we've got some worm castings. And it's likely that this compost, being a worm cast compost that came with worm cocoons in it, had little worms hatch, and then they went to work on the weeds that this would have been sitting on. In fact, there we go. And I've turned those weeds during the life of the potato grow into worm castings. So we'll just add that back into the mix. That's fabulous. A couple of wee small stones there, a couple of wee wood chips. We'll not worry about it. We'll just tip it all in. All right. There we are. Great root system. You can see it's right the way down to the bottom there, that pot, and there we are. A wee bit brownish towards the end of its life, that's okay. A wee bit dry, that's my fault. Sorry, living green, I really haven't done your compost justice. Now, let's have a look. I see a worm. Oh, there he is. There we go. And guys, this is typical from growing living green wormcast compost. You can see there the worm cocoon that comes in the bags. They just are whatever grade filter they're using to sieve their compost. The worm cocoons get through, and you end up getting a whole load of them in your bag. It's, for me, one of the best things about it. It produces these beautiful European night crawlers, which do a fabulous job, as you can see at the bottom of the pot, of converting waste organic material into worm castings. Okay, there's another little insect. I'm not sure about him. And there we are. It is Charlotte. We could tell by looking at it just from the leaf spot, but let's see how we get on. I'll just pop them to the side here. A few more. There's a little one. There's a nice one there. There we are. Another one. That's a nice one there. You can see there was a wee bit of moisture in the pot. That can be forgiven. And there is another beautiful, beautiful worm. Dendrobiana, or European nightcrawler, in there, probably feeding off the bacteria associated with the root system. And you can see there that in and around where the seed potato and the haulms are, we've got more worms coming. So let's get on with the harvest. I should probably call these worm reveals. Actually, guys, I've called this guy European nightcrawler. I don't think he is. He's an earthworm. And I can tell from the tail, it's flattened. And it doesn't have the tiger stripes. Where can you see that? Sorry, there, that's better. See that tail? And they're a lot more, these guys move really fast whenever they're disturbed. Like, they can really make their way across. So can night crawlers, but these guys are particularly athletic, I find. Okay, we'll just put him back in, but he would have come from the ground. Now, let's see if we can get any more potatoes. Enough of me talking about worms. There we are. There's one there. Sorry, I just realised the camera is a wee bit bad for focusing. Now, this is interesting, because that is a British Queen. That's not a Charlotte at all. So there must have been 2 seed potatoes in this pot. One British Queen and one Charlotte. Isn't that interesting? You can see there, this one's got a little bit of scab. Is it? No, it's just brown. I thought it had a little bit of scab, and I was going to put the blame on myself there for not watering very well. There we are. There's a nice British Queen. You see the difference, guys? You can tell the difference there, can't you? It's more yellowy, creamy. This one's more round and white. And this is a flowery potato. Very popular around here. This is a more waxy. There is still a good dry matter content, but it's just creamier, this one. Okay. Let's see now. When I say creamier, I mean in taste. There's another wee one. Not sure what one that is. There we are. Doesn't look like it's going to be a massive yield from this pot, but we'll see how we get on. We'll keep going. So it looks like there was a bit of a wet patch here where I obviously have watered, but not all of it was completely watered. So you have to say it was inconsistent watering on my behalf, guys. There we are. There's a few more popping out now. This one's got a little bit of yellow on top. Sometimes whenever I see them poking out the top, I just throw a little bit of whatever's handy around, you know. Maybe some wood chips, some from the path or something, just to cover them over. Oh, there's a good one. There we are. And I think I remember from last year as well that whenever I did Charlotte and the British Queens in a pot together, the Charlotte always yielded higher in the pot. I think so, if I remember correctly. Some of you guys might know better than me from watching the Potato Reveals playlist. I think that's it. Definitely the smallest yield we've had now, and probably twice the size of the container of the last one. There's another British Queen. Although, is that the seed? No, I thought it was the seed potato for a minute there. It's not. I think that's it, my friends. Let's have a look. Maybe slightly more than the last one. What do you think? It looks like we've only got about 4 or 5 British Queens from that little plant. In fact, whenever I was looking at the haulms, one of the stems had no leaf spot, or a lot less. So it's not interesting. There we go, my friends. Nice little haul of worms and British Queens and Charlotte. Both second early, sold in and around, I think, the 28th of February. Started off in the polytunnel, moved outside too early, hit by frost. Came back, but kind of struggled. And harvesting now. Today, I think it's the 20-something of June. And I suppose the highlights from this one would be the amount of worms. And the soil looks great. I'm going to get this back out on the land and get that organic matter percentage up on the land. Okay, my friends? Sorry it's been so long. Enough of me talking. Hope you're enjoying these potato reveals. Let me know in the comments how you're getting on yourself. And yeah, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently, or yeah, any comment at all, just stick it in the comment section. And sending lots of love. All the best.